Ito pong hinaharap natin na sitwasyon ay napakaselan. Very sensitive because may national security implications, may political implications, may constitutional implications, may legal, may social, may economic, may religious pa nga po implications ito. At nababanggit din yung posibleng epekto nito dun sa kasalukuyang usaping pangkapayapaan. Kaya mula dun sa pinagmulan nito, yung planning, yung intelligence reports, dapat naging maingat. Sa puntong ito po, Madam Chair, with your permission, let me refer to the highest authority, legal authority in the Executive Department, Secretary Laila. Pag may duda po, may gray area, whether may ongoing peace process, I guess, please tell the committee if all these doubts have to be resolved in terms of the highest law of the land, the Constitution. Is this an accurate statement?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Opo. So, nasa core principles ng ating saligang batas, yung pangangalaga sa territorial integrity, national sovereignty, at napapaloob din dyan, yung protection, nasa Bill of Rights po ito, no? Sa Section 3, kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Protection of lives, protection of life, liberty, and property. Pero unang-una pong binanggit yung life. In other words, pag may duda, pag may sitwasyon, when you invoke the right to life, lahat ho ng konsiderasyon tabi na. Basta't buhay ang pinag-uusapan.
That is correct. In the hierarchy of rights, particularly human rights, right to life is primordial. It's the number one right.
Yes, ma'am. Maraming salamat po. Pangalawa po, Madam Chair, sa aking pananaw po, hanggang sa puntong ito, ang pinanggagalingan ng ating impormasyon ay news reports. Ang news report po ay news na sasagot minsan yung what, when, where, who. Paminsan-minsan po, pahapyaw nasasagot yung why, pero a news report is a news report. A news report is not an official report. Secretary Rojas, may I?
Yes, sir.
So, a news report, can we agree that a news report is not an official report?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. So, I will go to that later. Now, let me address Police Director General, OIC Espina.
Yes, sir.
Dindo, no?
Yes, sir.
You are the highest ranking police officer.
Yes, sir.
Technically, this operation was to serve warrants of arrest.
Yes, sir.
Okay. May kasabihan tayo noon, kahit na dun sa pinanggalingan nating eskwela, na a commander is responsible for two things: the welfare of his men and the accomplishment of the mission.
Yes, sir.
A commander at whatever levels is also responsible for what his unit, his men, do or fail to do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me address Leo. Chief Superintendent na Peñas. Leo, from an old soldier to a young and better soldier, I think. The only way you can honor our fallen brothers in arms, the so-called heroes, is to tell the truth and to stay the course, whatever the consequences are. Okay. Alam mo rin, Leo, as the commander of a special unit like the SAF, I'm not downgrading lives here. In training or in actual combat, there is an acceptable casualty rate. as long as you are able to balance the accomplishment of the mission, which is primary, and the welfare and safety of your men. These two complement each other. Hindi pwedeng puro mission lang, baka wala ka ng taong pang-accomplish ng mission. Hindi rin pwedeng puro welfare of the men, dahil who will attend to the mission? Is this an accurate recollection?
Yes, sir. That is very true.
In other words, given this, our men, tayo, ikaw, when we took our oath as police officers to be members of one of the legally authorized armed groups in our democratic society, tanggap na natin na kasama yan. Our job description tells us, almost literally, that in the performance of duty, you must be willing to die or you must be willing to do what is necessary to accomplish your mission.
Yes, Your Honor. Nabanggit ko na nga po dyan sa opening statement ko kanina that we knew the high risk of our chosen profession that we may lose our lives in doing so, Your Honor.
Thank you, Superintendent Repeña. Madam Chair, my next questions will be answerable by yes or no because I direct this again to Director General OIC Dindo Espina. Nagsisimula po ito sa intelligence report, yung referred to kanina as an intelligence packet. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Can you furnish the committee a copy of this? Subject to security requirements, classification.
We will comply, sir.
After an intelligence report, we move into a project proposal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That exists. Madam Chair, kaya ko po binibigyan ng din ito dahil from the intelligence report or a consolidation of the same, you move into a project proposal and then you develop an operations plan. And then you execute, and after execution, there is an after operations report. Madam Chair, to our resource persons, no, Dindo,
Yes, sir.
these are all written, documented, signed with a distribution list based on the need-to-know basis, correct?
It's supposed to be, sir, but it was not submitted to us.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Dindo,
That's correct, sir. That's correct.
yes or no lang ito, no?
Yes,
Because
sir.
I'm not interested in who.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why do we do this? As mandated by law, it pinpoints authority, sino ang sumulat, sino ang pinadalhan, at sino ang binigyan ng kopya.
Yes, sir.
Is this correct? It pinpoints responsibility. It pinpoints, if warranted, accountability.
Yes, sir.
So please furnish the committee, with your permission, Madam Chair, copies of this. So,
Your Honor,
yes.
the only thing that was submitted to us during the course of the investigation by the BOI is only the intelligence packet. All others, none.
Dindo, there is no correct or wrong answer here.
Yes, sir.
When you do not submit, you will have to explain to the committee, through the chair, why you cannot submit such a document.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, coordination, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, has been mentioned here. Coordination is not an abstract term. Coordination is a written and documented ingredient of an operations plan. In fact, whether you're talking about the ceasefire mechanisms or the planning stage or the project proposal, coordination, in fact, considering the many dimensions of this, cannot be verbal. It cannot be a text message. In fact, it is proactive because, as we now have experienced, at alam po ito ni Professor Ferrer, proactive ito dahil iniiwasan natin na magkaputukan. Once magkaputukan, ang hirap pigilin yan. Like in this case, it took us almost 12 hours to stop the fighting. Is this an accurate observation?
Yes, sir.
Finally, Madam Chair, because I've been warned that I have 1 minute, although Senator Soto has donated some of his time to me. Madam Chair, may I respectfully submit through the chair of the committee, and this is a request to both Secretary Gasmin and Secretary Rojas, that we instruct our subordinates within the chain of command to refrain from making public statements that will not reflect the accuracy, the complete picture of what happened prematurely until a terminal report or a consolidated report is given to the committee. Why? Because every name that we mention, every unit that we mention, implies that perceptions, baka ho magkaroon ng idea yung mga kababayan natin na meron tayong inaabsuelto o inaakusa at pinagbibintangan at hinuhusgahan. In fact po, Madam Chair, as a final statement, before I close my remarks and my questions for this round, ito hong sinasabing there are about 6 to 8 agencies investigating this. This is not accurate, Madam Chair. That is the identified, duly constituted, legally authorized agencies. As we speak, kanya-kanya hong investigasyon yan. Kanya-kanyang witness. Ang mahirap po nito, in terms of public perception, at kanya-kanya ng verdict. And this is not the first time that this has happened. Pag-iingatan ho natin ito dahil lives, again, are involved. Reputations are involved. The integrity of certain units are involved. And the life of the nation is involved. So, pag-iingatan ho natin ito, and I am happy that this hearing has commenced so that we can put all this in perspective. And lastly, of course, which I reiterated earlier, the security consideration. More than anything else, when we put the lives of witnesses, our operatives, whether they are members of the police force or the armed forces, innocent civilians or even rebels in jeopardy, then we must invoke the core principles of our highest law of the land. Salamat po, Madam Chair.